This video shares my first impressions of unboxing the 2021 14-inch MacBook Pro with an M1 Pro chip, 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD. Unlike the 16-inch, which I already unboxed, this is not mine. It was generously provided by my father, who like me also waited for 10 more weeks to get his machine after ordering in February this year. Opening the box. Relatively wide, the box is more than 90% fiber-based. The 2021 14-inch MacBook Pro weighs only 3.5 pounds compared to its bigger brother's 4.7 or 4.8, depending on the chip. You do not need a knife to open either of their boxes, since they both have a nylon pull tab on the side. Everything is wrapped in paper and not plastic like in the early 2000s to mid-2010s. Overall, the packing feels highly premium. On the top inside the box you get the laptop itself, and the power supply is underneath along with the documentation and some Apple stickers. Stickers. Like with the 16-inch, you also get black Apple stickers with this 14-inch MacBook Pro. Hence, Apple considers it a pro-level device, since only their most premium products get black stickers, excluding the AirPods Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Charger. Unlike the 16-inch, which comes with a bigger 140-watt charger, this includes a 96 or 67 depending on the specs. The 10-core gets 96 and the 8-core, which I review, gets the smaller 67. Either way, the charger is Magsafe to USB-C, somewhat similar to the older models. Contemplating the space gray 14-inch MacBook Pro, I still believe Apple should have made the connector the same color as they eventually did for the M2 line. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and I do not think the owner will pay too much attention to it anyway. Like the 16-inch, the power adapter has a braided cable, which feels very high-end, promising it will last longer. Battery. According to Apple, the battery is significantly improved. This 70 Wh lithium polymer battery lasts up to 17 hours of video playback and about 11 hours of web browsing. Ports and display. The 2021 16 and 14-inch MacBook Pro have identical basic features. This includes the stunning Liquid Retina XDR display with a resolution of 3024 by 1964 and a pixel density of 254 ppi. The same is capable of supporting up to 1000 nits of brightness. Like the 16-inch, the 14-inch MacBook Pro also reduces the need for using dongles. On the left it sports a Magsafe charger, 2 Thunderbolt 4 USB-C and a headphone jack. On the right there is an SD card slot, another Thunderbolt 4 USB-C and one HDMI port. Feeling satisfying, the Magsafe snaps every time it is connected. However, as a content creator, I am most happy that Apple returned the SD card reader, even on the smaller model. I really missed that on my old Mac ever since it stopped working a few years ago after a software update. Specs. Unlike previous years, the 2021 14-inch MacBook Pro can be spec'd similarly to the 16-inch. The base model I review has 8-core CPU, 14-core GPU, 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD. The owner is not a content creator or a software developer, so this configuration will be more than enough. Chassis and portability. Slightly less thick than the 16-inch, the 14-inch MacBook Pro has a height of 0.61 inches. It feels equally premium, but less beefy and actually quite comfortable in my hands. Needless to say, is the clear winner regarding portability. The flat design and rounded edges are just as great as those on the 16, and the new feet seem more solid than the previous models. The logos on the top and the bottom are really gorgeous, complementing the color and materials. I am glad that Apple removed the MacBook Pro logo from the screen, engraving it more extensively on the bottom panel. Besides contributing to a less distracting screen, that makes the bottom of your laptop super dope, just in case it happens that you look at it. Cooling. Unlike previous models, this 14-inch MacBook Pro's ventilation is no longer on its back but on the sides. As mentioned in the other video, Apple claims that this advanced thermal system improves airflow by 50% even at lower fan speeds, and due to the efficiency of the Apple silicon, the fans rarely turn on. Color. Now that I unboxed both this 14-inch MacBook Pro and my 16, I have no doubts that I prefer the space gray. Sleek, professional and futuristic, the darker metal looks gorgeous and techy. Its dimmed and subtle contrast creates inspiring associations, inviting you to do your best work. Keyboard and trackpad. Like on my 16-inch, I love how the all-black keys contrast with the subtle space gray. Typing on this keyboard feels very good, almost identical to doing that on my old Mac. I'm pleased that Apple got rid of the butterfly keyboard, which, as I mentioned in the other video, wasn't their brightest invention to say the least. Slightly smaller than the 16-inch, the 14-inch MacBook Pro trackpad is exceedingly responsive, and I find it a perfect fit for my hands since its size is closer to that of my older Mac. Final words. Overall, I believe this is an excellent purchase for productivity, browsing the web, and wide content creation, especially if you move around, travel a lot, or prefer cafes for work. I'm sure that the owner will be delighted with the machine just as I am with my 16-inch model. The previous Mac I recommended to him still works flawlessly 12 years later. So, like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to this channel if you want more content on tech. Also consider checking my other channels, blog and books. Thank you for your time.